Well, he broke it down. And if you really want to hear or see what this brother is about, and he's inside, he's with the state until February. When he comes out in February, you hear the brave brother Ahmad Rashid, he'll come out. And, you know, I want to let you all know about him in advance. If y'all have time during the time of the break, you want to come up and peruse his paperwork, you all are welcome to. And to the brothers, or the brother and sister at Soul Brothers Boutique, much love. This organization, this institution, for your hospitality. Everybody, please buy something. And finally, but not least of which, the House of Consciousness, Brother Sarnetta and Brother Big Man, thank you for your invitation this evening to speak.
Thank you for accepting it, brother.
Give it up. And I would like to take this moment to recognize and give love and respect to all my fellow code breakers from my school, my old school, keeping it real, my graduating class, who are still out there and kicking the true ballistics. We are in a very difficult time, and brothers like this, sisters like this, need the support. So to Brother Bobby Emmett,
yes.
to Brother John, Brother Hakeem Bey, and the brother who calls himself Brother Hiawatha, Alim Bey, Brother Alim, and even Brother Azariah. We have to give it up to all the young brothers, and we also give it to sisters as well. And I'm not sure which one of the sisters are out there really kicking ballistics like that, but when they do show up, and in your heart of hearts you listen to their message and their science, please support them, because you know what? Pretty soon we're all going to go. Everybody has to leave.
Right.
And everybody going to be calling that phone number? Ain't nobody going to be there. So everything you're getting right now, make sure you know how to use it. And I will be doing, Reed and I, a program on naturopathic first aid. Okay? Because you're going to need it. You can't run to the clinic when shit hits.
Right.
You're going to have your bag set aside. You're going to have certain clothing, certain things ready to go. Because if you get caught up, like out here in New York City, because you're on an island. They had coastline. You on an island.
Right.
It's over when this thing gets hit. You know, when the water starts coming, anybody ever saw that thing, Deep Impact? All right, now.
A brother told me the Bronx is the first place to go. This brother
Because of the water. Where the water flows.
he said it's not surrounded by the water.
It's essentially the flow of the water is going to come that way. So if y'all going to go to the Bronx, and let me tell y'all going to be stuck on bridges in the Bronx.
In the Bronx, let's more surrounded by land than say.
Yeah, it is, but but even because it's more surrounded by land, it is more people. Bronx is denser in population, so you may want to run to the Bronx, but by sheer volume, you're going to be stuck after what, 155th Street?
Phil, when he told me that, I knew it was a booby trap. When he told me that.
Brother in the back real quick.
What about the Catskill Mountains?
Catskill may be a place, yes, but the crackers are going to farm that off.
Right.
Now, before I continue, I know you know how I start. I start real quiet before I start getting loud, and y'all just have to put fingers in your ears and shit like that. Just bear with me. Young brother gave me this. I believe he came up to me one time at one of my lectures. His name is Kwame Jawanza L. And this brother dropped something based on a book that he's writing that's very interesting. It's called Preacher's Kid Reloaded. And this is the piece that I'm dealing with right now. And it's from his book called Beneath Raw Surfaces. So if the brother has that published and he's in the house, I'm going to give a little piece of this book. And that part of it, the part of the name of it is called Entertained. Brother goes forward and says, when I heard Morpheus tell Neo that we live in a prison we cannot touch, taste, or smell, and that the matrix is the world that has been pulled over our eyes, blinding us to the truth, I thought I was being entertained. When I watched Enemy of the State, like we did last time, and saw how all the surveillance cameras in the department stores, banks, ATMs, elevators, toll booths, and parking lots are linked up to satellites circling this planet, I thought I was being entertained. When I watched The Long Kiss Goodnight and heard Mr. Perkins tell Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson that the World Trade Center bombing was orchestrated in order to get funding and blame it on the Muslims, and that the diplomat issuing passports to Arab terrorists was CIA agents, I thought I was being entertained. When I watched Conspiracy Theory and heard Mel Gibson say that had Ronald Reagan died during the assassination attempt, we would have known John Hinckley's middle name, and that all assassins with a first, middle, and last name are just patsies decoying our attention away from the real assassins. I thought I was being entertained. When I watched Manchurian Candidate and saw how Raymond Shaw was mind controlled by post-hypnotic suggestions to kill by being shown the Queen of Diamonds, I thought I was being entertained. When I watched Liberty Stand Still and saw Wesley Snipes portray a sniper and noticed that the rifle he was carrying was a Bushmaster 223, I thought I was being entertained. Until CNN told me that John Allen Muhammad and Lee Boyd Malvo were captured as snipers, suspects who used a Bushmaster 223 rifle. And when CNN News told me that the sniper suspect had called a Catholic priest and left a tarot card while having an Islamic surname, and that their pictures showed up in the front page of every newspaper looking like Cliff and Theo Huxtable, I knew I was being entertained. Give it up for the brother. So with that, brothers and sisters, it was said that truth goes through 3 stages within the human frame of reference. The first stage is that it is unnoticed or ignored. The second stage is that it's vehemently denied. And then the final stage, it is recognized as self-evident. So in light of all that has happened or transpired over the past 29 years, and in light of the fact that the media continues to paint the picture that all is all right with the world, simply highlighting all of the effects of the good people and the relieved countenances of the rescue victims, we are now all gathered together in Death March 2 to analyze the true state of affairs concerning Katrina and the horrendous aftermath that was not given to you in your New York Daily Blues. Today, to the best of my abilities, we will more thoroughly investigate how this mass murder was initiated and subsequently passed out and carried out. How the leprous parasitic elite are orchestrating and engineering the downfall of this country through the waging of covert war prosecuted by a secret rogue faction of the super rich. Secret scum with an agenda that aims at enslavement. Individuals not committed to any country, no matter how much red, white, and blue they decorate themselves in. A collection of about 20 to 25,000 evil, cold, and purposeful men and women determined to rule all life forms on this planet. But before we delve into the substance of Death March 2, I would like to take some time on a few things that the media and the military wishes to keep suppressed. 1. The deliberate destruction of the 17th Street levee. We talked about that last week. 2. The electronic manipulation of the Earth's grid system and the human mind with quantum potential weapons. 3. FEMA and the Rex 84 program.
Yes, sir.
4. And the short revisit and update on the 9/11 and the new theory about what really happened that day. With regards to the 17th Street levee, I failed to examine the geometry of the landscape versus the reports of damage due to the surge. If we examine the direction of the waters allegedly pushed by the storm surge, something strange comes to mind, brothers and sisters.